Internet, and welcome to Free-to-Play Police, the show where we gripe about free-to-play stuff.
We're not griping, we're enforcing the law.
We're bringing the law, the smackdown. I'm Mike Byrne, a.k.a. Magic Man from MMOBomb.com. With me, also from MMOBomb, Jason Winter. And we got a topic we want to talk about. We're taking Trion Worlds to jail right now. We're not even waiting for the resolution, Jason. I gotta believe there's resolution coming, but we gotta take them to jail right now over this one.
Yeah, I mean, if they can make bail, fine, we'll let them out. For the moment, we'll toss them in, don't throw away the keys, mate.
Don't throw away the key, because this has gotta change. If you don't know what we're talking about, Rift just put up some paywalls. We talked about it in depth on the free-to-play cast, but we want to give you a little bite-sized version in this new show where we get to gripe a little bit, and I kind of like that. We don't do enough of that sometimes.
I prefer rant.
Rant? Ooh, rant is a good word, too. We're going to rant. If you don't know what we're talking about, Rift just put up some paywalls that went into effect today, January 27th, and players got notice about it, wait for it, 48 hours ago. They got notice 2 days ago that there were going to be some big changes. What are those changes? Well, earring slots and Planewalker water abilities. If you don't know what those are, earring slots are gear slots on your characters that you can equip earrings to. Yes, earrings have stats, and Planewalker water ability is a new expansion ability in Nightmare Tide. When Nightmare Tide launched about a year ago, Planewalker water ability gave you the ability to equip gear, high-end gear, that specifically had the Planewalker water title on it. So it's basically an attunement. Now, you used to be able to get this a couple different ways, Jason. A couple different ways.
Yeah, I mean, you could farm up the Void Stones, which are an item in the game that you could get plenty of those. You could eventually get them. You could also...
Pain in the butt, but you could do it.
Pain in the butt, yeah, I know. But you could also buy the special edition purchase of Nightmare Tide. That would have worked. You could have bought separate. Was it separate in the cash shop?
Correct.
Okay, separate in the cash shop. So yeah, I mean, you could spend money for it, but you could also get it in game by doing certain stuff in game. So there was that at least.
And granted, it was a pain in the butt. Farming Void Stones through a series of dailies isn't fun, but you could do it. It's just a grind. It's that whole time versus money thing. That's not what we're griping about. We're okay with that.
Yeah, sometimes.
Maybe we complain if the time is a little too much. But generally, we're okay with it as long as it's within some type of standard reason. Here's the problem, though. Today, the Void Stone ability to get those items removed. You can't do it anymore, and players got 2 days of notice that this was going into effect. So basically, if you were more than 2 days worth of Void Stone dailies away from being able to get either of these or both of these items, even with the notice, you were hosed. The only way you can get these items now is, of course, by buying the special editions of Nightmare Tide, or by buying these items in the cash shop. Immediate pay-to-win walls thrown up in Rift, which generally, until now, I always thought had a pretty decent cash shop.
Yeah, and this is just, it's not so much that it's a bad idea, it's just that it was implemented so poorly. I mean, it is sort of bad.
It's a bad idea. That's why we're throwing them in jail, Jason.
Well, yeah, it's bad because, it is making it pay to win. You have to pay them if you get it. Or, of course, you can farm up platinum and get Rex. You can theoretically do it without paying. Though somebody has to pay, so there still has to be money involved to get this sort of thing, which wasn't the case before. But just the fact that they did it with such short notice, and
it's frustrating. It's frustrating, and there's gonna be those the cries. The forums hate this. I mean, there's no way around that. The forums hate this. But from a developer side, of course, you're gonna hear, well, these items aren't essential to the gameplay. You can get gear other ways that's just as good or better. No, I'm here to tell you, if you're a high-end raider in Rift, not having the ability to equip the Planewalker water gear, that's a drawback to you. Not having earrings is a stat drawback to your character, and this really impacts new players more than anything. The people that are already high-end raiding, they probably already have these, but they're chiming in on this because it's just a bad decision, and the next one could affect them, and it stops that whole, well, let's get some new players into our raid team. Oh, wait, they didn't buy those items? The other side of this is the developers are going to say, well, you can farm up plat in-game and buy Rex to get these items from the cash shop as a free-to-play player. Sorry, No dice. No dice. If you haven't spent money in Rift's cash shop, you have a plat cap, which means, depending on the cost of Rex on your server, you may not even be able to hold enough plat to buy them. And in areas, particularly the EU, Rex is almost not available to free-to-play players on the auction house through players, other players buying and selling it. And even if it was, it still means that somebody had to purchase something. It was a forced purchase, one way or the other. Paywall, jail, done. Fix it, or you're locked up for eternity. That's my take on it. What's yours?
I think they can still fix it. I think we can maybe reduce your sentence a little bit, but just the fact that they're trying to do this, the fact that they are doing, I hate to say blatant cash grab, but it's kind of what it is. Basically, like you're saying, money's got to go in for this to be available to anyone.
You don't even have to sugarcoat it. I mean, that's what they came and said. They didn't say cash grab, but they came out and said we need cash.
Yeah.
This is, we're looking at monetization and what we need to do, what we want to do in the game requires cash. We need cash. Sorry, guys.
This is expensive. We need to sell things to pay these people. Well, then put in more hats or something.
Or you know what? Just charge for your expansions. I think people would be okay with that. We've seen other games do that and not have a problem.
Or charge a little more. If it's, what was Nightmare Tide? How much was it? Like 30, 20, 40, 30 bucks? I don't know. Put on another $5. No one's going to notice.
Yeah, it's just a mess. So Rift, Trion Worlds, free-to-play police have picked you up. You're in prison. I gotta believe that they're gonna make some type of change to this, even if it's just to extend out a couple of weeks to let people finish farming Voidstones. But it's a terrible idea to implement at the end of an expansion. You make changes like this when you go into the next expansion. You don't screw around with things that have been free for over a year now in one way and screw the player base like that.
That's the worst part.
That's the worst part. Thumbs down. Let us know what you think of the whole Rift Trion Worlds thing in the comments below. And if you've got somebody that needs to be taken in by the free-to-play police, let us know what's going on in the comments. We'll take a look at it. And maybe we'll rant, in Jason's word, about it on the next topic. This is Jason Winter and Mike Bird from MMOBomb.com saying see you next time.